Hi everybody, I am filming an art video, woohoo! It's a little different than what I posted before, but I had a lot of friends and family suggest that I post my process of creating art, so I decided, why not? So I wanted to put up a new picture in my apartment and decided to film it. The first thing that I usually do is sketch out my ideas. I usually thumbnail a little bit, maybe in my sketchbook or something, but I already knew what I wanted to do. I had seen pictures floating around of people's pets or different animals in funny costumes, so I decided, hey, why not rip off their ideas? So I don't really know who started this trend or like how it became popular, but I've seen like actual advertisements for companies who take your pet's portrait and put them in a costume. And I was like, hey, I don't want to pay for that. And I want her to look like a little cartoon. So I'm going to do it myself. I obviously wanted to use my little black doggy, she's my angel, and my muse. I also took inspiration from Queen Elizabeth's portrait. I just Googled Queen Elizabeth's official portrait and this came up. So regal, right? I had to paint it. So instead of doing it exactly how the picture showed, I took my own little cartoony spin on her outfit. I definitely wanted to include that giant frilly collar, maybe a crown, and the over-the-top outfit, of course. So I just decided to sketch it out and see where we go from there. At this point, the sketch is as good as it's gonna get, so I decided to start mixing some paints. Just some regular acrylic paints you can get from the craft store. I have a ton, because I actually paint a lot. So buy canvases in bulk, buy paint in bulk. So I just mixed this little grayish bluish color for the background just so I can give it a nice outline for the whole painting. My camera cut out for no reason and we missed the part where I mixed the green, but it's not revolutionary. It's a murky green. So I decided to mix a very dark gray, almost black, for her fur and paint her little face. I didn't do a straight black because she has dark eyes too, and her eyes need to be black, so there has to be some sort of contrast. After I spent all that time outlining the facial features and then filling it in for no reason, I decided to work on the ears. And I felt it was better to flip my canvas around just so I can get some long strokes, even though right now I'm doing short strokes. But my goal was just to make the ears at least slightly symmetrical. But I don't think I succeeded, but that's just character, character. I used the same black to add the little bows and the little piping detail on her dress, which is a weird thing to say about my dog. But regardless of what I thought, I had to make her look fancy, like the queen that she is. Now onto my favorite part of the painting, painting her ears. Now, she has pretty prominent ears. They're big and pointy, the pink on the inside, black on the outside, and they're my favorite feature of hers. So I had to do them justice. Actually, this is probably the smallest I've ever made her ears, but they're still big enough, right? Well, I was being a little messy with the pink, as you can see, especially around the area where her ears meet her head. just because I knew I was going to put a crown there, so I decided, I don't really need to be too precise. After working on the ears, I decided to add some contrast by adding in like little shoulder details to the dress. Even though it doesn't really match the reference picture, I just kind of went with it. I wanted some contrast and I felt like this was the best way to do it. After adding in the black detailing onto the dress, I decided to work on the collar. I created this like very light mixture of pink and white to just give the collar like contrast against Bunny's head, but also I didn't want to use just plain white and I didn't want to add in a different color into this color scheme because I like the green and pink color scheme. So I just kind of stuck to the pink and green color scheme that we had going on. At this point, I wasn't really sure what color I wanted to paint that middle section, because before I painted the collar, I was thinking white, but then I was like, oh, that's not enough contrast. So I was really like struggling to figure out what color to put there. Oh, did you think I created a color for the middle? No, of course I can't make decisions. Instead, I decided let's focus on the details instead, and then mess everything up. I added some stripes to the little shoulder detail. I then created like stripes for the bows, which it doesn't really make sense, but I like how it looks. And I just decided let's add all the details in so that we can't take it back later. I decided to add some of Bunny's facial features in just so she would stop looking so scary to me. And it goes through a couple iterations, but this is the first one. You might be thinking, what an adorable dog. Her face is so cute. I can't get enough of her. Well, take one last look before she changes forever, because this is not her final form. After playing with the ears for the bajillionth time, I realized I mixed a lot of the pink paint and decided, let's just paint the middle section pink. Why not? There's only 4 colors in this illustration anyways. I don't really want to add any more. Let's just do it. And I think it turned out pretty good. I was getting impatient and I really wanted the collar area to dry, so I just started painting the crown. I went with like a bead look, kind of like pearls but gold, and I just started painting right away. Once I get to the middle section though, I realize the paint that I painted before was not dry. As you can see, it's a little gloopy. But nevertheless, I persisted. I added some gold detailing to the shoulder piping and had to readjust to get a better angle. Clearly, I didn't really know what to do, but I knew that it was missing something. So I added dots to the outfit. I don't really know if you can see it, but they're just little polka dots. They're not very symmetrical, but that's all I could do. I added in her little powdered sugar donut beard and just reevaluated the face and decided I hated it. I don't know why. I just did. So I covered it up. I realized I probably made an epic mistake and decided, hey, let's add to the background because that fixes everything. And in my frantic rush to try and fix this, I knocked over my paints. After that fiasco, I just waited the next day and fixed it up with some Posca pens. I know, all that stuff cut out, but I think it turned out okay. I know it's a little messy, but oh well. I didn't finish the edges. I made a mistake, a lot of mistakes, but I think it looks okay. And it was fun to do, besides the ending. So, yeah. Hope you liked that.